Republic, Chef Seth. Be informed. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. No, I don't use mana traders. Heard nothing but bad things about their service. I've heard a lot of bad things about their service. Heard some people that have had positive experiences, but really a lot of negative ones. There is an XKCD online voting. It was so good. This is, if you wanna, there's a relevant XKCD for everything, and if you haven't read the XKCD about online voting, you should click that. There is not another rental service that I'm aware of. Technically, everybody rents Magic Online cards, so the important thing to realize about the Magic Online economy is that buying and selling cards on here isn't like in paper, where when you buy list a card to a bot or a vendor, you don't lose half your money. You usually get 60, 70, 80, and even 90% value back a lot of the time for high demand cards. My undergrad degree is in mathematics with a minor in education. I'm gonna get red-green here, I think, since I already have a swamp in hand. So if you're gonna do like I'm doing, where you play 40 decks a day, renting is better. So I have a special system set up with MTGO traders because I am sponsored by them, because I rotate through so many decks that they specially lend me decks. When I wasn't streaming, when I wasn't playing 40 decks a day, I just bought the 1 or 2 decks I was playing, and then I traded them out for other decks when I was done with them. You cannot buy digital Warhammer singles. So the digital market for Warhammer is a Hearthstone-esque system where you craft and dust cards. However, you can buy physical singles for the Warhammer game. And then the physical singles you buy, you scan in those specific cards and get the same card in digital that you own in paper. So when you buy a paper single, you also get that single in digital. Weird that they waited the path till I got a clue. I am wondering how often having basic swamp, basic forest in our Mantis Rider deck is going to feel bad. Feels like it's going to be pretty often, right? Looks like black-white tokens. We have birds, it'll be fine. Listen, we have birds, it'll be fine. It's been like my life motto for a long time. This deck does have a lot of green in it. I'm gonna go ahead and Maelstrom Pulse. The Soul Wardens here. We'll make it much easier to race in the long term. It also adds a sorcery to the bin to make the Tarmogoyfs bigger. Yeah, opponent's intangible virtue doing some good work here. Okay, that makes my Goyf effectively only attack for 1 every turn, which sucks. Flooding out here pretty badly, which I guess, so like, we are flooding here, but if you look at our deck list is like designed to flood, right? Like, this deck has 29 mana sources in it, basically. So we're probably going to flood more often than not. We're gonna have a lot of lands in play, specifically, I should say. So our clock gets slowed way down here by the Bitter Blossom. That's unfortunate. Kolaghan's Command. There are no creatures in my discard pile. That's unfortunate. I guess their draw step here, I'm going to shock a Fairy Rogue, make them discard a card. Or am I supposed to shock a Fairy Rogue here? I just, like, don't have another mode for this that's useful at the moment. But I would kind of like to hit them for 5. Nah, I'm just going to pass. I'm just going to hold on to the K command for now, I think. Could be valuable. I could, like, blow them out inside of a block with this Kolaghan's Command, potentially. If they get up to, like, 3 tokens and, like, trip block my Goyf. And, like, I have plenty of mana. So, like, being mana efficient really isn't a concern at the moment. They are dead in 5, which is nice. And I guess Kolaghan's Command just shocking them takes a turn off the clock. Whatever this word means. That's a Sorin Solemn Visitor. That's pretty sweet. They have Soul Warden in their graveyard. I think I'm just attacking with Goyf here. I guess if I attack with everything, they take 3 down to 6, and then they're dead in 2. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with everything. My anthem's better than your anthem. My anthem's better than your anthem. My anthem's better than your anthem. Neener, neener, neener. How do you get multiples in a cube deck? Asking the real questions. So if they don't find a way to gain health here, this Kolaghan's Command is lethal. So glad we held on to that. I'm glad we found the things we did when we did. Hodoken! Modo. Modo, kill them, Modo! Kill them faster! Kill them with fire! Fire! Kill it with fire! Staticaster, Last Hope. Fatal Pushes seem pretty bad. I think that's all I want to do. Seems reasonable. Moto's at 2 gigs of RAM exactly. Probably give it a re-kick after this match. Currently undefeated, Demir Spy. That's what this pile is. Haven't you seen the Temple Garden basic swamp Izzet Staticaster deck? Haven't you seen the Temple Garden basic swamp Izzet Staticaster deck? It's a modern staple, really. So we get Watery Grave into Stomping Ground and then have most of our colors. Except for white. So maybe I'm supposed to go Watery Grave into Temple Garden. Yeah, this hand probably wants Watery Grave into Temple Garden. We are currently playing Abzan. Alright. This game's really blossoming into something beautiful, chat. Dear opponent, please path to exile me. Pretty please. Yeah, this is what people are worried about. Worried would be everywhere if Blood Moon didn't exist. Bum ba dum ba dum ba da 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 da. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum. If we would have hit a land there, we'd have been in a pretty good spot, because we would have been able to, like, play Lingering Souls, plus cast, plus attack with Tarmogoyf. Fatal Push is pretty bad for us, because it kills our thing and doesn't give us a land. I don't know that we're going to be able to beat Bitter Blossom into Virtue on the draw when we miss a land drop here. It's probably just lights out. Our Goyf is a large, gentle Lurgoyf here, though. That's good to know about. I don't know if it changes anything, but it's like good to think about. It's a big fish. Big fish. I don't have any cards for big fish in my board, so let's run it back here. I think I'm going to keep this. Maelstrom Pulse is pretty good in this matchup. The hand's kind of slow, but it's got Tracker and a bunch of lands, which is hard to pass up. And having a bunch of lands is actually reasonable in this deck, because it means we're going to be able to cast all of our spells. So I have Temple Garden here. I probably want to get Blood Crypt with this, and then a blue source with this. We can go ahead and bolt this. Am I bolting that now? I'm probably not bolting it immediately. I'm going to get Blood Crypt here and play this Tarmogoyf out. And then, like, next turn I can go fetch blue source, tapped, bolt this. Although, maybe I want to wait on the fetch till after I play the Tireless Tracker. Polyvus, haven't been able to watch live as much as I've been in Europe. Great to catch you on. What's going on? Hope you're having a good trip wherever you're adventuring over there. Thanks for the third of a year of support. Blood Moon probably would make our Tron matchup better. You're not wrong. You're technically correct. Which one could argue is the best kind of correct? That's a birds and another. Okay, so interesting that they took the Pulse. I guess they took the Pulse because they have double Soul Warden. I should have played the bird post combat because I'm probably bolting one of these. It's a mistake on my part to give them extra health. Yeah, I'm gonna bolt this to make this a 4. So they should be going to 19 here if I had a sequence better. Next turn we'll go Tracker into double clue. Yeah, it is 0. I have plenty of time for it to slide all the way up. Attack me for 1. Ooh, another Candylass. I just get this tapped. It sucks that I can't crack a clue this turn, but I definitely don't think Shocking is worth being able to crack a clue. Rock on, Hoogmeister. Thank you, Captainy. I appreciate that. Thanks for the 4 months and welcome back. Staticaster, suddenly less good. Staticaster, suddenly less good. Maybe I was supposed to fetch basic Swamp there and crack a clue this turn. I could see that being a reasonable line. The stream title doesn't update automatically for you, always. Especially if you're on mobile. If you refresh, the title has been updated. Yeah, the opponent's playing a black-white tokens variation, which actually looks to be pretty good against us. Has a lot of have a hard time beating through here. Although we got two kind of large creatures here. If they have a Path to Exile or a Fatal Push here, we could be in a little bit of trouble. Can we cut bio combo in? Yeah, Anner. Always. Looks like they have a Fatal Push. That's unfortunate. Really need our second Maelstrom Pulse here. The Inquisition on 1, taking our Maelstrom Pulse out was pretty devastating. Whenever we play white-black in the past, and again, you can see lots of videos of different white-blacks on my YouTube channel, it consistently just feels like a bad green-black rock deck. It's like a green-black rock deck where instead of having good cards like Tireless Tracker and Tarmogoyf, you have a bunch of these synergy cards that are easier to pick apart for people. Just have to draw Maelstrom Pulse here or we're dead. I guess that technically gives me a turn, right? I'm gonna bin one Candy Last to do that. And yeah, Anna, I can make that happen. Are you okay if I sneak it in after Infect, or do you want it immediately after this league? And keep in mind this league, this is our first match, right? So this league's going to be a little bit yet. Again, Izzet, if you're new to the channel, keep in mind that we prefer that people be constructive and specific, so they're going to post comments that are kind of negative about a deck that we're playing. So you need to kind of express yourself and say, I think you should be playing these other cards that you're not playing because, and then kind of explain your reasoning. And kind of explicitly talk about that in the rules of the channel. And we time folks out when they don't do that. No, I don't need to chump block this turn because I gained health and killed a spirit. Alright, so we've got, what, like 3 shots potentially at a... Okay. Okay, that gives us a little bit of breathing room. Not really. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised the Angler didn't attack as well. So, I could double Linger and then block with Bird, 4 Spirit tokens, and then take 2 down to 1. I think I'm just supposed to crack this. Alright. Show me potato salad! It's not potato salad, chat. That's Liliana the Last Hope. Needed potato salad, and Bloodbraid Elf failed to deliver. I wouldn't tip Bloodbraid Elf as a delivery driver. I requested potato salad, and instead we were gifted Liliana the Last Hope. That's not what we ordered. What's going on, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer, memer, Magic content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic, especially Modern, 30-plus hours a week. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are a big part of why I'm able to do this full-time like I do. I love playing Magic and streaming here, but I wouldn't be here day in and day out for as often as I am without the support of all my very wonderful subs. Past subscribing, you can also support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com, I love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards or to other players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards there. And of course, this stream just wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anironics, Justin Nivik, and all y'all out there. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. I do appreciate that. Hope everyone's having a great start to your weekend. TGIF. Head on into our second match here with our 5-color stuff, I guess. I don't know that we really have a coherent game plan other than this is 5-color stuff. I've got Birds of Paradise into stuff, so we're definitely keeping. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Tuba. I don't... It's not even that, like, we have a... Somebody put a Mantis Rider in my Overgrown Tomb basic swamp deck, chat. Oh, no! Oh, no! Are they a Blood Moon deck? Alright, let's try again. Let's try again. This might be a quick league. This deck, Oh, I wanted to restart Mono in here, so I should have done that while I was chilling. Sorry. Take a moment to appreciate my Bloodbraid Elf background. She is beautiful. Why did we accept this deck? I probably shouldn't have. Occasionally, I'm working quickly through things and don't cruise through things as quickly as possible. If it continues being a dumpster fire, we will stop after 2 matches. Actually, the real question is, was it money? Was money the reason why I accepted this? Nope, only $20, so probably not money. I was probably just being kind of loose. Yeah, the login screen does have Stoneforge Mystic as the artwork. I can only assume Aaron Forsyth requested that as a subtle jab at myself. They're taunting me, chat. They're like, Hogland, this is the cards you want to play with. You can find upcoming deck lists listed in the donation queue or in the donation queue widget, which is under the stream. Lots of information is very accessible here. And the reason why I'm telling you that is not just to be annoying, but it's because I actually don't remember. Would I even play Stoneforge Mystic if it was unbanned? Not competitively, but we would play Stoneforge Mystic a ton on stream because Stoneforge Mystic is what could only be described as a fan favorite card that people would love to see me play Magic with. Yeah, if they ever unban Stoneforge Mystic, we'll probably have like 2 days of all Stoneforge Mystics on stream. When they unbanned Jason Bloodbraid Elf, we put the entire rest of the queue on hold and did only Jason Bloodbraid decks for a short while. A national, it would be the first national holiday in Hooglandia. We would play Stoneforges all day. And we would complain about Splinter Twin still being banned. That's the most important part, chat. Our complaining brings us together. Our complaining brings us together. So I had someone else ask me, they're like, what would you complain about if they actually unbanned Stoneforge? So I was like, Splinter Twin, duh. Are you new here? There's always something new to complain about. Have you not met Magic players before? Ooh, piece of candy! I would like this one, and I would like this to die. Thank you. Come again. This is another Blood Moon deck, isn't it? This is another Blood Moon deck. This is another Blood Moon deck. Deal. You don't appear to be banned, Silasas. That's why your comment came through. Although, it also appears you're not bright enough to know if you're banned or not on this channel, so that's probably part of the reason you were banned in the first place, I would venture a guess. Look, I just call him like a season, chat. Anguished Unmaking. That's an interesting one. It's not a bad draw. I think I'm gonna flashback Souls, play a tap land here. Could you have your boss make her list of favorite board games for the website? Love the content. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Vatistrip, dude. I can actually give you a list of... She, like, templated out some of the pages, but hasn't actually published them yet. And I appreciate the support. My board games. These are... I'll post a screenshot of this in the subs Discord. These are the games that are gonna go on here at some point. Once her or myself has time to do it. Maybe I should have waited to flash this back so I could pulse their spirits. I posted in the tabletop channel on Discord. Ooh, a snake. That's exciting. I'm gonna start by, so this is red, blue, white. I'm gonna start by cracking this glue. Like, they're kind of low here, right? They're at 7, so we could ride them down potentially. So we got 2 bolts that are lethal now, which is sweet. Maelstrom Pulse the tokens, right? We actually might be Maelstrom Pulsing the tokens next turn. And they like go dubs, flashback, lingering souls here. We just like pulse to clear kill with Mantis Rider. Dr. Peasy says, nothing, you idiots. Dr. Peasy's dead. He's locked in my basement. And you're dead. And you're dead. Spivitron with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month. I am intentionally them showing my extra basic to incentivize them to not play Blood Moon against us. Yeah, I wish I could field myself too. Definitely felt that on more than one occasion. Staticaster, Last Hope, Collective. I'm gonna cut these Fatal Pushes. Spellbomb seems good here. What are the cuts? What are the cuts? No cuts, no butts, no coconuts, chat. Is Tarmogoofy not good enough? I feel like I can't cut Mana that works in this deck. We just, like, have too many 3s. No, I think BB is pretty good. BB is also pretty easy to cast through a Blood Moon. I'm gonna trim a couple of Goifs. And Sorin can be kind of hard to defend since they have flying troops. Troops, units, minions, creatures, planeswalker, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Hex is basically dead, Tan. They've basically done everything except a... There is a reason why boarding in surgical extraction too much is a meme on this channel. That's all I'm gonna say. The best memes are based in fact. The best memes exist because, well, they're true, chat. My opponent is Twitch chat. The full embodiment of the Twitch chats. Look at this. Just your running 3-drops, neither of which I can cast while I have 4 lands in hand. Dop Kyle, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. You really rise above bottom, Kyle, I must say. Blue choice. Bless us. There isn't a Hallowed Fountain in this deck, is there? Please be a Hallowed Fountain. 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 Dang it, Bobby. Dang it, Bobby. Why is there no Hallowed Fountain in my deck, chat? Why is there no Hallowed Fountain in my deck? Because you don't like Hallowed Fountain decks? That is the just like the truest answer that I have ever heard. But the person who submitted this deck was like, well, I could put a Hallowed Fountain in here, but I know Hogland hates that card, so I can't do that. Alright, so I'm gonna get a basic forest here. You know, play around Blood Moon. Oh, I could have gotten a white source with that, huh? Could have gotten a white source and didn't. Ayo, didn't need it. Hashtag never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Is it the first and only time in the history of Magic someone's been excited to cascade into a Noble Hierarch? Quite possibly. Oh, yeah. 5 mana, 3 for me, baby. 3 for me harder, daddy. 3 for me harder. Get it. Get it done. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Beep beep beep. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We're gonna attack with both of these here because if they block the Bloodbraid Elf, we'll Staticaster to kill it. Yeah, we can still trade BBE for Bedlam here. Just get him. Give him the old Staticaster love tap. Give him the old Staticaster, just tap it in. Tap, tap, tap it in. We also, like, want to kind of hold off on playing Lingering Souls here, because that way our Staticaster threatens their souls. Like, if we put our own souls into play, Staticaster becomes far less appealing. Bolting the Mantis Rider means they probably have a way to kill this Izzet Staticaster too, which is bad for us. Expecting another surgical, right? Oh, no! Kick you down to 6. Ugh. We have every color of mana except the color we need. Just like we drew it up. Whoa, are they really doing that instead of flashing back Lingering Souls? Deal in. Oh no! Oh no! Why, Black Mana? Why must you escape me? Hey, Jace, thank you for the 18-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Let's try one more. This deck is really bad. I feel like this deck has managed to play every color and not have good answers in it. I mean, part of the reason why Mardu is a good, fair deck is because it boards into a prison deck that's decent when being a prison deck is good. And being a prison deck is very good against these honest decks that are trying to attack and block. Quote 1, lots of sweet things are bad. That's true. They had Surgical instead of Leyline of the Voyage. They weren't full in on the prison elements. They had a Bedlam Reveler in play, chat. You're right. I could attack my Staticaster into their 3/4. That was a legal play. You are correct that was a legal play that I could make. I'm actually just going to move on with our lives. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. So, to do a short wrap-up segment here, I feel like we often joke about decks being trade binder decks, like they're just like cards that fell out, but like usually they have like some cohesion. This deck feels really confused. For starters, let's talk about how many lands we have that don't cast Mantis Rider. We have 4 lands in our 23 land deck that don't cast Mantis Rider, which is a 4 of. We don't really have any efficient disruption. There's no discard spells on one. There's no counter spells. We have like 4 pieces of spot removal where we couldn't choose if Lightning Bolt or Fatal Push was better. So like we don't have a bunch of reach, and we also don't have a lot of removal to kill big creatures. Just the way. Yeah, I feel like this deck tried to do a lot of different things and simultaneously failed at all of them. Yeah, the 4-color Geist deck is a good example of doing something with a lot of sweet things, but like it has a cohesive game plan altogether.